Hello and welcome everyone to PW Only IAS English channel. As many of you are facing problems with regard to filling up of your application form, we at PW Only IAS English have come up with the detailed video on how to fill up your application form without any mistakes. First thing first, the number of vacancies etc. I have already covered in a separate video session taken on this channel itself. Here in this session we are going to talk about the detailed way to fill up the form, what size of photograph you need to have, what is the OTR, what mobile number should you give in, are you supposed to have your SC, ST or OBC certificate in hand in the KB format before you set out to fill up the form. So upsconline.nic.in is the website, as many of you know already, but I'm going to take you through step by step as to how to fill up the form. So here we go. Starting to fill up the form, you need to have your photograph size up to 300 KB. From 20 KB to 300 KB, you should have it handy before you visit the website. Read the notification carefully yourself using the highlighter. I have also done it during my time. Using the highlighter, I would underline the key points and then jot them down so that I am not on the wrong side. Now, the details that were asked after prelims during the mains DAF phase 1, form 1, now those details are being asked in the right in the preliminary stage itself, so that they are checking the candidates for their clarity. Not only the optional subject, what type of service, why do you want to appear in the civil services, why are you choosing this, right? And your service preferences are also being checked, also being asked right at the stage of filling up of the application form for preliminary stage itself. And one good thing is that now the candidates who are in the college stage, who are in the final year, they are allowed to even appear in the mains examination. They will be given a 15 days window to provide their mark sheet from the college between the time window of mains and interview. Earlier, they were allowed to appear only in the preliminary test, CSAT test. Now they are allowed to appear even for the mains. After their mains is done, by that time their mark sheet would have come. We are in the online era, so UPSC also understands this. Now they are asking for a lot of data, a lot of your required details right at the stage of applying for the preliminary exam itself. Colloquially, it is called as preliminary, but it is the CSAT exam, right? Now the last date, as we all know, is 11th of February, 6 p.m. They have allowed for grace period of 7 days also, but we should not be bothering ourselves about that. We should fill up our form right well in time so that we get the center of our choice. There are around centers are having limited seats only, so that centers are allocated on first come first serve basis. So it's better for you that the sooner you fill up the form, the better it is, right? Now you have to visit upsconline.nic.in. Let us visit the website right away so that you get a hang of it, you get a feel of it as to how to fill it up. Read the instructions given over here also. What is OTR? One-time registration is the once in the lifetime registration that you are going to do with UPSC. You may not be allowed to change it afterwards. Why? Because once you are done with it, this will be one-time registration for all the examinations that you are going to take at UPSC. Not only the civil services, even CAPF, CDS, any exam conducted by UPSC, one-time registration. The date of birth that you mention over here will be taken for record. The category that you mention, once you have submitted your category, it will not be allowed to be changed after the application has been filled up. Now, these are the guidelines for this. One-time registration is mandatory for applying online for various UPSC exams. Register once in OTR and apply for any examination advertised by UPSC in future. OTR is not an application. Many people who are applying for the first time, listening to me from the remote areas, rural areas, having lack of information, even though we are in the age of internet, nonetheless, this is important that this OTR, you should not consider it to be your application form. This is one-time registration for all your future subsequent applications. Valid active email ID and mobile number are mandatory. If you feel that your mobile number is not going to be yours, or you're going to change it, give your parents' number, because OTP based verification will be there. Small things. That is why I said go through the notification yourself before you actually visit this. Now, for filling up of this, what you got to do is you need to click on the OTR link. After clicking on the OTR link, you have to choose new registration. This will land you on this page, right? Once you are on this page, from this page, as you can click here, new registration. Okay, this is not loading, so imagine this will come here. Okay, once you are here, you have to fill your name as per class 10, as per your matriculation certificate. Even if you have changed your name later on because of various reasons, because of your matching of name with your present name or OBC certificate, SC, that option is given later, right? Have you ever changed your name? From here you can choose yes or no, right? So here you have to choose your name as it exists in your matriculation certificate without any Mr., Mrs., etc., right? Then you have to choose your gender, then you have to choose your date of birth. Have your Aadhaar or passport or any valid ID proof handy before you set out to fill up these details. Name of your father as it exists in your matriculation exam or secondary examination. It's written very carefully. Name of your father, name of your mother, your biological details should match the matriculation certificate details. Otherwise, you would be rendered ineligible at a later stage, or you will face a lot of problems after you have written your prelims and you are writing your mains. Okay, UPSC is very helpful a body, but why to face those kind of challenges? That time you can invest in your studies later on. Now, verify father's name, verify mother's name, minority status if you are going for, if you belong to any religious minority community, then alternate mobile number, etc. So these things are there, right? Now, mobile number is mandatory. Then alternate mobile number, you can give your parents' number or any of your guardian's number. Then class 10th board examination roll number. Again, this is mandatory to be filled up. Security questions are important. What is your favorite subject? What is your childhood name? Choose any of your security questions which you can recollect easily and mail them to yourselves or keep them safe and secure so that no one else is able to log into your UPSC account. Do not, for God's sake, save them in your Google Chrome browser because they are prone to hacking, etc. these days. Okay, now security question 2, likewise you can choose any of the questions so that if in case you lose access to your UPSC account, you are able to retrieve that with the help of these questions. After you have done the one-time registration, then you would be required to fill up you will be given the option to fill up apply for the UPSC Civil Services exam vacancy through the link again. After you come here, you will see registration already registered. You have to click on already registered so that you are directed to the page from where you can apply for the form actually. Now, some things, basic things that you need to keep in mind, I've written here. Apply, you have to apply on upsconline.nic.in. All right, please bear in mind, have all your certificates ready in the required KB format, required size format, so that when you are filling up the form, you are not in a hurry, you are not in a panic mode while filling up the form. So go through the detailed notification yourself, as I said, with a pen or highlighter in your hand. Register for one-time registration, one photo ID proof, you should keep that handy and that will be used for uploading also, right, at a later stage. Photo size should not be less than 20 KB and it should not be more than 300 KB. 3/4, 1/4, what is this? When you upload your passport size photo, its size should be so divided that in 3/4 of the area of the passport size photo, it should be your image. Image should not be older than 10 days from the date of notification. It should be a recently clicked photograph. Specifically, the date should be mentioned here. It should be mentioned that it was clicked on, let's say, 22nd of or 23rd of January, right? 2025. So this is how the date has also to be mentioned. 3/4 of the area should be given to the photograph and 1/4 area should be given to the date on which the photo was clicked. You go to your photographer, local one, he will do the needful for you. The date would be embossed right below the photograph. Tell him that this is the purpose. This is the required format in which photograph is required. All right. Now, UPSC has forewarned the candidate that many of the very eligible bright candidates, I'll tell you, Shruti Sharma, rank 1, that year, the very first year when she had applied, even though a bright candidate who went on to secure rank 1, she had erroneously filled up Hindi as her medium of language. It's not about being from a good college. It's not about being a meritorious candidate. It's about being alert while you are filling up the form. She was from a Stevens college, ended up committing the mistake, ruined her one attempt. Later on, she wrote in English, her correct medium, and secured rank 1. So don't be overconfident, be on your toes, be humble when you are doing these things. This time, many details that were earlier required at the time of mains examination are being sought right away here itself, so that UPSC, appearing in UPSC Civil Services exam, I believe is a national hobby in our country. Everybody is applying at least once. Amitabh Bachchan had applied. On a lighter note, not to digress from the topic, but I'm trying to tell you that is why UPSC wants to wean away, wants to segregate the chaff out of the real wheat, the grains, okay, the gems that they are looking for, so that not everybody is applying and creating issues for UPSC in terms of seating arrangement, in terms of cutoff, etc. That is why they want you to be clear in your mind which service you want, whether you have the OBC certificate, what center do you want, what is your optional subject. All these things have to be decided well in advance at the stage of applying for prelims itself. Okay, so these changes have been brought about. You should be careful about them. Now, you should not be born after 2nd August 1993, and you should not be born before 1st August 2004 in order for you to apply for this year's examination. Even if you are in your final year of college, you haven't yet done your graduation, no worries. You should be able to clear your graduation by the time you appear in the interview. That is January, somewhere December, January next year, right? 2025 December, January. So the exam cycle is so long, and UPSC understands that anyone who wants to become the civil servant should be caught at a younger age. He should be given a chance at the minimum age possible. So that is why even if you are in the final year, you can apply for it, provided your college usually gives you the degree, your university gives the degree before you appear in the interview stage, right? They give you a 15 days window between mains and interview to upload the same. Now, common mistakes, UPSC has forewarned the candidate that many eligible applicants, otherwise eligible applicants, having thorough knowledge, they end up committing this mistake that they upload their signature in place of photo, and they upload their photo in place of signature. Okay, and another mistake that they commit is, while revising the form, they have submitted the form, paid the fee. While revising the form, what they do is they do not pay the fee the second time, thinking that they have already paid the fee, that fee will be adjusted for. No, the fee you paid against application number 1 will remain for that only, will be credited to that application. Latest of the forms submitted by the candidate will be considered. Okay, if you submit 2 forms, 3 forms, many candidates I have seen, many aspirants, they apply 7 times, 6 times, committing mistake of one after the other. Okay, so be very, very careful while filling up these forms. If you are naive, if you are applying for any this government vacancy for the first time, be with your guardian or somebody who can help you with. And if you are located in a remote area, don't leave it to the computer operator or internet cafe guy to fill up your form, fill up the form for you. They also end up choosing the wrong options and submitting the form. So it's your form, read the application, the notification first, and then fill it up. Okay, final year college going students can also appear in the mains now, even if their mark sheet hasn't yet come, provided their mark sheet is available before interview. Okay, so this kind of a change has been brought about. Centers, these are the cities. You can choose your center. As I said, centers are allotted on the first come, first serve basis. So be very clear about the center that you want and fill up the form as early as possible. Okay, so these are the centers, center codes are there. You have to choose the center code carefully, so that again you don't end up filling a center which is quite far away from your place. Okay, then again you would be skipping out on the comment. Like Delhi has 47. Anybody who wants to fill up Delhi as the center should fill up the form at the earliest. Now, having said that, in your rush to get Delhi, do not do not fill up the form in the wrong way, right? So have the details handy. having all the photo formats, etc. Create a separate folder in your system with all the required files labeled as such. If it is your photo, you should label it as photo. If it is your signature, label it as, name it as photo in the folder, so that you pick and choose the right file while you are uploading it, right? Cross check it, double check it, nobody is stopping you. So these are the basic details that I've given you. Now let's again visit, have you ever changed your name? So these options are given to you. Choose your matriculation name, as I've mentioned you, OTR thing, name and verify name, full name if any, gender and verify gender, okay, date of birth and verify date of birth, father's name and verify and father's name, verify father's name, mother's name and verify and mother's name, minority status, if you belong to minority status, those details are required. Now let us quickly visit the website again, UPSC website, so that we can take you through quickly. These are the forms, these are the columns that you are required to fill up, okay. Now these are the guidelines. Briefly, guidelines are given at every page. When you click on the page, you will come across the guidelines for that particular page, and these guidelines are now, this time around, they are written here, okay. Earlier they used to be written below at last, so they have made it convenient for you. CAPTCHA code, then you will verify the CAPTCHA code, security questions, one-time registration is the first step for you to log into your account. You will create a user account on the UPSC website, upsconline.gov.in, okay, then only you would be able to register. Now having done that, you have to come to this page, login, already registered. After clicking on this, you would be required to fill in your email ID, then your OTP that will arrive on your email ID, and then verification code that is given there. Then you will be able to log in. Only registered candidate will get OTPs on email and mobile number. If you haven't registered, please register yourself first, is the running line that is telling you again and again, right? So what is OTR? I have told you. How is it going to be valid till your association with UPSC, okay. Once you fill in your date of birth, etc., UPSC will automatically tell you what exams are you eligible for, what based upon your category, etc. So then whenever the notification advertisement comes on the UPSC website, you can click on that, like here you can click on it, and it will redirect you, apply online, as it is there, examination notifications, apply online. Then you have to go here, online recruitment application for various, one-time registration. So you have to go for online recruitment application for various recruitment posts. Here you will see the UPSC Civil Services notification, apply for UPSC. From there you will be redirected to the page from where you can apply, right? So it is taking a bit of its time to open, because many people are applying these today or yesterday or for the coming 1 week, that is why. Now if still there are any details, any specific details that you are worried about, your age, etc., your marital status, your OBC certificate. One girl reached out to us through my Telegram channel. She had a query that she belonged to OBC category, then later on she switched over to, she got married to a general category boy. Would she fill up her choice as OBC or general category? Okay, so it depends upon the income of the husband's family, okay. If the husband's family's income is more than the threshold, the upper limit, then you would be considered as a general category candidate, okay. You should apply in the general category candidate. Likewise, same goes for EWS, okay. So this was all. I hope this video will be helpful to you insofar as filling up the UPSC official application form is concerned. Still, if there are any queries, highlight them in the comment section. You can reach out to me on the Telegram channel, official Telegram channel, Jatin Verma sir, PW only IAS English. So there I am available to answer your queries. This was all. I wish to see all of you filling up the form, at least the form, in the right manner, and cracking this exam with bright colors. Though the competition is very tough, but as I said, it's a national hobby. Many of the candidates, they just fill up the form just for the heck of it, right? So I hope you are not one among them. You are one of the brightest. So you are required to fill up the form in the right manner. Thank you. Bye-bye. All the very best, guys.